You won't believe what's happening. No, seriously, this is something straight out of a sci-fi movie, and yet it's happening right now. I mean, you ever watch Blade Runner and think, yeah, but that's the distant future? Well, guess what?
We're living in it. The lines between artificial intelligence, robotics, and human interaction are getting blurred faster than anyone predicted. And China? Yeah, China is at the forefront of this revolution. They've taken AI to a whole new level, and trust me, this is something nobody saw coming.
We're not just talking about machines that can play chess or beat you at Go. No, we've moved past that. I'm talking about robots. Humanoid robots built not just for industrial use or basic automation, but for companionship.
AI-powered robots that are designed to form relationships with humans. Some people love it. Some people hate it. But either way, it's happening, and it's changing the game in ways we can't even fully predict yet.
So here's the deal. China has introduced AI-powered humanoid robots. Yeah, that's the actual term. And these things, they are nothing like the clunky metal bots you've seen in old sci-fi movies.
We're talking lifelike skin, advanced AI, adaptive conversations, emotional recognition, and even the ability to learn from past interactions. It's not just about looking human anymore, it's about feeling human. And the crazy part, they're already out in the world.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, Alon, are you telling me robots are replacing human relationships? Well, kind of. I mean, let's break it down. We live in a time where loneliness is a real problem.
More and more people are living alone, cities are getting more crowded, yet more isolating, and forming meaningful human connections. Not as easy as it used to be. Enter AI companion robots designed to fill that gap. These machines are not just about physical interaction, though. Yeah, that's a thing too, but about providing emotional support, companionship, and even conversation that feels eerily close to human interaction.
And here's where it gets even wilder. These robots are self-learning. They adapt. They remember your preferences, your interests, your personality. They evolve based on your interactions with them.
It's not just some pre-programmed script. This is machine learning in action, creating experiences that get more realistic over time. Some models, like Harmony, even recognize facial expressions, detect changes in tone, and adjust their behavior accordingly. We're talking full-on AI-driven companionship. Think about that for a second. A robot that knows you, understands you, responds to you like a person. But hold on, because this is where things get complicated. You know about the uncanny valley, right? It's this weird psychological effect where robots or digital creations look almost human but just miss the mark, and instead of feeling impressed, we feel deeply unsettled. Chinese robotics professor Masahiro Mori predicted this back in 1970, and well, we're seeing it play out in real time. Some of these AI robots are so lifelike that people get creeped out instead of comforted, but at the same time, that hasn't stopped demand from skyrocketing.
Let's talk about Samantha. This robot takes things to another level. Created by Dr. Sergi Sandoz, Samantha is not only designed for companionship, but also has something that no other AI-driven love robot had before, the ability to consent.
Yep. Samantha's AI has been programmed to reject advances if she detects rudeness, disrespect, or lack of proper interaction. And that changes the whole game, right? Because now we're not just talking about human-robot interaction, we're talking about robot autonomy. This thing can say no. That's a step towards something way bigger than just AI companions. That's AI developing boundaries. Then there's Mark 1. You won't believe this story. Some guy in Hong Kong spent over $50,000 and 18 months building a humanoid robot that looks exactly like Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, you heard that right. The resemblance is insane. He used 3D printing and his own engineering skills to bring this thing to life. And now, it sparked a whole ethical debate. Should people be able to create robots that look like real celebrities? What happens when AI gets to a point where it's impossible to tell the difference between a real person and an android? We're already close. Too close. And of course, there's Sophia. You've probably heard of her, one of the most advanced humanoid robots in existence. She was granted citizenship in Saudi Arabia back in 2017, making her the first ever robot citizen. Yeah, let that sink in. A robot with legal status. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is happening, and it raises a ton of questions. If robots can hold citizenship, what's next? Rights? Responsibilities? Are they people? Where do we draw the line?
Now look, I love AI. I think it's one of the most important tools we've ever created, but I also know it comes with risks. Once you start blurring the line between human and machine, things get messy.
What happens when people start preferring robots to actual human relationships? What happens when these machines get so good at mimicking humans that we can't tell the difference? And here's the ultimate question. At what point do they stop being machines and start being something more? And here's the kicker, this is just the beginning. China is leading the charge, but they're not the only ones. The demand for AI companions is growing everywhere. It's not a niche market anymore, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's accelerating. We're going to see more robots that look and act even more human, more AI systems that adapt and learn, more people questioning what it even means to be human in the first place. So yeah, you can ignore it, you can laugh at it, but this isn't going away. The AI revolution isn't just about smart cars and self-learning algorithms. It's about changing the way we live, work, and even love. And whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, well, that's up to us to decide.
So let's take a step back for a second. We've talked a lot about AI-powered humanoid robots, the uncanny valley, and how these advancements are redefining human interaction. But here's the real question. Where does all of this lead us?
Are we truly heading toward a future where artificial intelligence and robotics seamlessly integrate into our daily lives, or are we setting ourselves up for something we haven't even begun to understand? Let's talk about the bigger picture. Did you know that AI has already started influencing things that go way beyond simple companionship robots? Take, for instance, deep learning systems in medical research. AI-powered diagnostic tools can now detect diseases like cancer earlier and with higher accuracy than most human doctors. We're seeing robotic surgeons performing highly delicate procedures with precision beyond human capability. And this isn't a glimpse into the far future, this is happening right now. And then there's the creative side of AI. A decade ago, the idea of a machine composing music or painting artworks that could pass for human-made seemed absurd. Yet today, we have AI-generated symphonies, digital paintings auctioned for millions, and even entire novels written by machine learning models. Some of these creations are indistinguishable from human work. You might be reading something right now and not even realize it was composed by an AI. But here's something even crazier, AI isn't just imitating human intelligence anymore. In 2022, a research team at Google DeepMind developed an AI system that could create its own algorithms for solving complex problems that human programmers have struggled with for decades. This isn't just about mimicking, this is about inventing. Let's shift gears for a moment and talk about AI in warfare. Now, I know that sounds like a dystopian nightmare, but it's something we need to be aware of. The Pentagon has been investing billions into autonomous drone warfare, where AI-driven systems make split-second combat decisions without direct human intervention. And China? They're not far behind. Their AI-driven military applications are advancing at a breakneck pace. What happens when wars are fought by machines that never tire, never hesitate, and never feel remorse?
And while we're talking about military applications, let's not forget about cybersecurity. AI is already being used for hacking, both defensively and offensively.
Governments, corporations, and cybercriminals are leveraging AI to detect vulnerabilities in systems, but also to create sophisticated malware that can evolve and bypass traditional security measures. Imagine a world where cyber attacks are no longer just conducted by human hackers, but by AI systems that continuously learn, adapt, and strike without warning. Now, before this starts sounding too much like a doomsday prophecy, let's talk about the positive impact of AI. In environmental science, AI is helping scientists predict climate change patterns with stunning accuracy. It's assisting in conservation efforts, from tracking endangered species to optimizing energy usage in cities. And in agriculture, AI-powered drones are revolutionizing the way we grow food, ensuring maximum efficiency with minimal waste. And then, there's something even more mind-blowing: AI in neuroscience. Researchers are now developing AI systems that can decode human thoughts. That's right, scientists are working on brain-computer interfaces that allow paralyzed individuals to control robotic limbs just by thinking. This isn't science fiction, this is happening in labs as we speak. But let's take it one step further: AI and consciousness. Some experts believe that within our lifetime, AI will reach a level of complexity where it begins to exhibit traits that resemble self-awareness. What happens then? Do we grant it rights? Do we consider it a new form of life? And if an AI becomes truly sentient, would it even want to serve us?